We talk a lot about Tuanon in Miami because there is a fervent zealousness around zealotry around Tua that is a little bit odd. But the reason I was disappointed by game one is because primarily, right, and these people get very mad at me when I sound negative after a win over Belichick with a first-time head coach, but I'm so desperate to see him like he is the answer for 10 years, not game one against the Patriots 20-7. I want to see the stuff that makes me know that they've got a quarterback for a decade. I think it's what all Dolphin fans want, not 20-7 against the Patriots.
First, I'll say I think Tuanon, or just Dolphins fans in general, is like one of the most successful bullying campaigns in the history of sports fandom. Because I have noticed that around here in NFL media generally, people are tiptoeing around Tua now because they don't want that noise. I agree with you. I thought it was actually a pretty underwhelming performance as well. Wasn't asked to do a lot necessarily. Didn't do a lot. I thought, the decision making was good. But I have to say, my big takeaway was I was really, really impressed with Mike McDaniel. I thought the play calling, just the way he used the weapons at his disposal, the ability to get yards after the catch, which is something the Dolphins finished last in the league last year. Obviously, that was going to improve with the speed they added, but scheme has also played a role in it. And there was a sequence that I absolutely loved, where on that final drive at the end of the first half, before they went for it, the Patriots sacked Tua. Bill Belichick doesn't stop the clock because he has no faith in his offense. And then to have that contrast 2 plays later with Mike McDaniel, who has clearly total faith in his offense and in those wide receivers to pick up yards after the catch, was really, really exciting. And if I'm a Dolphins fan, at least I feel really good about that.
Well, Mina, I was going to say Tyreek Hill had almost 100 yards receiving, 42-yard touchdown catch for Waddle. Did you see anything from that combination that leads you optimistic that in a few games or deep into the season, we're going to think a lot different of Tua than we do right now?
Oh, I was nodding because you were like talking about them and then you finished it with think different of Tua. I think where you want to end up is feeling the same way about Tua. I think Dolphins fans aren't going to like this, but you kind of want him to be Jimmy Garoppolo, which, by the way, Jimmy Garoppolo was part of a very successful team.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want to watch him take care of the game. No, thank you. Not what I want to watch.
I don't know. Then I guess I have to be honest, despite my fear of the incoming wrath and bullying. You didn't really see much that makes you feel different, honestly, compared to last year.
Well,
it could change.
Okay, I'm sounding like a homer here.
He has a very good heart.
I'm sounding like a homer here. Tua didn't throw deep last year because of the offense they ran.
Greg,
he didn't throw deep much.
He convinced no one on Sunday of anything except Dolphin homers. No one.
If you'll allow me to finish the sentence. Tua didn't throw deep much last year, but had a deep accuracy that I believe led the NFL.
Yeah, meaning he threw like 14 deep balls.
Okay, yeah, meaning something may be there. Have you seen enough already to write him off as no? Tyreek Hill and the combination of Hill and Waddle are not going to be enough to help Tua turn the corner.
Garoppolo's not a compliment.
I know. I didn't say it.
Not from week one. I mean, look, but let me be optimistic about this team. I think the offense is going to be good in the same way that the San Francisco offense was extremely efficient. Here's the thing about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. You cannot press them. When the Patriots corners tried to press them, Tua went 6 for 6, a perfect 6 for 6, because they will get open. They are uncoverable in space. So I don't know why this whole discussion about the Dolphins always has to be a referendum on Tua Tagovailoa. The San Francisco 49ers are a very successful football team. And I say this as someone who's obviously been critical of Garoppolo and felt that they should have upgraded. And honestly, we'll see how I feel about Tua at the end of this. But as far as this season goes, if the goal is making the playoffs, yeah, I feel optimistic about them. Also, we haven't even talked about the defense, which I thought looked fantastic.
Yeah, we devolved into taking shots at Garoppolo when Mina actually started it as a compliment. I mean, the Niners have been trying to push out Jimmy Garoppolo for quite some time, subtly and then not so subtly with the draft pick. And every other quarterback that gets in there, their record is flatly not as good. When Jimmy Garoppolo is in there, they've been at their best. Like, yes, I know what he is not, but he's certainly good enough to start in the league. And if Tua gives you Garoppolo, like, you shouldn't just just already having such a visceral reaction to it.
My point is that with a draft pick that high, I don't want a quarterback that needs to be managed by geniuses in order to be hidden and protected.
But you have a genius, hopefully.
But also they're going to have to pay him at some point as well. He's on his rookie contract. So this at $30 million is a lot different, isn't it?
I guess my frustration sometimes with the Dolphins discourse with Tua is like every time we talk about the Dolphins, it has to be about, is Tua good enough? And I think this season we can have a different conversation, which is this team good enough to finish second in the division and be a wild card team? And I think, yes. We can have the discussion about whether they should replace Tua at the end of the season. And Dan, to your point, I think that there's no reason not to have that discussion based on what we've seen so far. But as far as this season, it's a better football team. Love what I'm seeing from the head coach. And I think they're going to be competitive in just about every game.